The playing time here this evening.
Well, that's a smart move, and he also said he would like to see Carmelo be a little bit more serious in this game. He said, I'd like to see him think about, being the MVP. He said, I think that's what Wade does, and LeBron, Kobe, these guys. He said, I'd like to see Carmelo be a little more serious today.
Pau Gasol missed the open shot. Let's check it with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, I talked to George Karl, and he said that Tim Duncan was the only one who said he didn't. I want to play a lot of minutes. I talked to Tim Duncan. He said, no, but I want to be in there when the 4 point guards are there. So I talked to George Karl, who's a great point guard in his time. He says he is going to play the 4 point guards at one time with Tim Duncan.
I will be looking for that later on as James comes up. Put down by Chris Bosh on the short shot by LeBron James.
Boy, he's having a great year. A great year. What's impressed me is his rebounding.
Carmelo Anthony taking it with power and then able to hit on the follow. So Carmelo has come out strong. He has 10 points. Here's the alley-oop for Howard. Rondo to Howard.
And the steal there by LeBron James to Rondo for the lay-in.
29-25, the East with the lead. Anthony, he just turned and walked up court after releasing the shot. That's a Reggie Miller move.
He's pretty serious here. 13 points already here to start this game. So he is definitely thinking about maybe that MVP award.
And a timeout has been taken. Just under 3 left in this opening quarter.
LeBron James just everywhere on the court. He finds Rondo, who leads the league in steals. So he just sort of...
The West 28. Let's take a look at the T-Mobile Sky View.
Well, who says you can't go home? Chris Bosh off the bench here for the East. LeBron James takes a forced 3 right here, but rebounding position is key here, and above the rim view with a nice little flush. 2 of 2, 4 points for Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh grew up here in Dallas, a standout at Lincoln High School. He led them to a state title and a record of 40-0. That was 8 years back. Zach Randolph of the Memphis Grizzlies has come on for the Red Hot. Carmelo Anthony, who sits down with 13 points. And Kevin Durant of the Oklahoma City Thunder. We discussed him right at the start of the telecast. He has been on fire. And there he is with the ball, guarded by the Charlotte Bobcats, Gerald Wallace. Phillips, rebounded by Bosh.
I don't know if there's a better scorer right now in the game than Kevin Durant.
Randolph called for the foul, tying up Howard. Well, Kevin Durant a shade behind LeBron James in the scoring race, averaging 29.7 per game. How about his jersey being retired in Texas after just 1 year of college ball?
Shows you as Rondo knocks down a 18-footer, how much he meant to that program. This is a guy that can post up. Obviously, he can stretch the floor with his three-point shooting, as we're witnessing right there. And better rebounding than people give him credit for.
Rondo trying to get it to Bosh on the hop, and it's last touched by the West. East maintains possession. Just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
Well, Craig Sager came over here during the timeout. And he said Kevin Durant said he was so nervous he could not wait to get in the game. He said his legs were almost shaking, kind of thing. So I'm sure he's taking a deep breath now and starting to get a feel for this game. And that's what I talk about, 9 first-year All-Stars and what they must be feeling.
Bosh able to slip it inside, and Howard is fouled by Gasol.
Well, I'm nervous being over here next to you guys with 100,000. My legs were shaking. My legs were shaking until I looked up and saw Jerry Vision, and I'm okay now.
But you have to get your eyes off.
That's unbelievable.
Diamond Vision. I know you're fascinated.
Jerry Vision is unbelievable.
You could just buy one for the home entertainment center.
I could play some video games on that bad boy.
All right, be there live for all the action. Go to NBA.com/tickets. You can do it now to reserve your seats to see your favorite NBA team. The NBA where memories happen. Darren Williams played by Rajon Rondo. This is Kevin Durant. Pau Gasol battling with Dwight Howard. Nice spin by Gasol, but Howard is kind of hanging back, waiting for him, and it's called a goaltend. Looking to pull a little decoy move.
Well, it's interesting. He forced him to spin baseline. It looked like Gasol had an easy path there, and Bosch came over at the last minute. I'm really impressed with Chris Bosch's rebounding this year. He's averaging over 11 rebounds a game, over 24 points, and that Toronto Raptor team playing much better basketball as this season has gone on.
Yeah, the Raptors, 8 wins the last 10 games. There is a question as to whether Chris Bosch will remain with Toronto as he knocks down the jump, or will he sign elsewhere as a free agent?
Well, the trade deadline, obviously, this Thursday. So much has been talked about Chris Bosch, Amari Stoudemire, Ray Allen possibly being dealt with for Kevin Martin as Pau Gasol knocks down the shot. A lot of interesting teams doing some interesting deals this week.
How about the nice one bounce pass from Zach Randolph, who has throughout his career, and it's been a career that has jumped around the country, has been criticized for not giving up the basketball.
Yeah, maybe not, but there's no questioning, as Paul Pierce showing why he won the three-point shootout last night, his talent. This guy is a walking double-double. So many years, 2010.
That time Randolph off. Randolph with the rebound and rims out. Then it's tipped home by Durant.
Well, remember now, when Pau Gasol was traded from Memphis to the Lakers, that looked like such a one-sided deal. Marc Gasol, Kwame Brown going that trade along with a couple picks. But it also freed up cap space for Zach Randolph. And now you get Zach Randolph and a much improved Marc Gasol. So that trade not nearly as one-sided as when it was first made.
Rondo cuffing it and then took too much time. And that's the end of the first quarter. After one, here at Cowboys Stadium, Arlington, Texas. It's the East 37, the West 34. Both clubs shot well. The East at 53% from the field.
Who could revolutionize?
The 2010 All-Star Game being presented by Kia Motors as we welcome you back to Arlington, Texas. On to the second quarter. The head coach of the West, George Karl, his 4th time. He's been an All-Star coach. The last time was 1998. Head coach of the Seattle Sonics at the time, and his Nuggets at 35-18 do have the second best record in the West, behind the Los Angeles Lakers. Phil Jackson coached the West last year's game, not eligible for the honor this season.
You know, George Karl not sure what to do with himself with this elevated floor. Normally he leans against the scores table. He's standing over there. He's got his foot up. I mean, normally we see him laying up against that scores table. He doesn't know what to do over there.
There are a number, Doug, as you can relate to, coaching decisions to make with this type of elevated court. There's Randolph on the follow.
He's such an excellent offensive rebounder down low.
And they get it down in a hurry for Wallace. Gerald Wallace of the Charlotte Bobcats, first-time All-Star, who leads the NBA in minutes played, 42 minutes a game. Here's Durant. And on the back tap, Wade handles it. Carmelo Anthony's the high man of the game with 13. Steve Nash has 5 assists. Darren Williams with the strip. Dwight Howard with 11 points. Oh, Darren Williams with the stuff. Off the steal, back comes Williams. He has a 3-on-2, goes left to Durant.
Boy, Darren Williams is fun to watch play. He's got that Utah Jazz team playing so well.
Let's go. Utah on a roll. They've won 9 of the last 10, and for Darren, it's his first All-Star selection. Grew up in Dallas, as you mentioned earlier, Doug. Star at the Colony High School. Durant beginning to heat it up. He has 6 points.
You know, he missed his first 2 jump shots, and all of a sudden you get that dunk, and you know how that works, Reggie. All of a sudden you get that feeling of that ball going in the basket, and look out for him. He can throw up big points in a hurry.
David Lee is on the floor for the first time for the East. There is Lee. David Lee named to the squad when Allen Iverson dropped out. Here's Phillips. Lee with the back tap. That's his specialty.